Okay. So for today's meditation, I wanted to try something a little bit different. It's going to be a combination, I think, of first and sixth fetter. Um, the primary goal is that I feel like we don't talk enough about the use of relaxation when we're doing these kind of investigations, and we often tend to put way too much effort into trying to see what we're looking for. And a lot of times, just the simple act of relaxing can actually have a complete shift in your experience. So that's what I'm hoping to explore today. We'll see. One never knows what's going to come out. So let's see how it goes.
Okay.
I, I invite you to get comfortable, find a posture where you can be relaxed, but also alert and attentive. If you're sitting up, sit up tall. Give your spine a little stretch upwards, feeling like your head is being held by a helium balloon that's pulling it erect but gentle. And then with the next exhalation, just let all that tension drop. It might help if you are sitting upright to just rock gently side to side a few times to find a center of gravity, and then rock forward and backwards a few times so that you find a place of absolute stillness. We want the spine to be supporting the body without having all of the muscles working to keep us upright. And if you are lying down or reclining, just feel the weight of the muscles relaxing with each exhalation. Take a couple more slow, deep breaths with the eyes closed. And with each successive exhalation, feel like you're leaving behind the worries of the day and the thoughts of what might be coming up later today or tomorrow. And then with the next exhalation, allow all of the muscles to just relax. Give up the tension. Give up the grasping. And with the next exhalation, feel gravity pulling you down, 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 ceasing to resist that pull. Just be relaxed. You can allow your breath to return to normal and keep the eyes closed for now. I would like for you to, as we often do, scan briefly from the top of the head down to the soles of the feet. And what you are looking for is anything which stands out to you in the physical sense, in the physical body, as being you, the location of what you take yourself to be. Take a few moments to gently scan downwards, noticing any points of tension or contraction, feelings of light or energy, something that feels like the experience of what it is to be you is centralized here. This is the point where it all gets known. And if you feel like you've already seen through self and you know that there's no point in there, still look to see if there is a place where even the sounds that are being heard right now are being heard. Is there a place where the darkness behind the eyes or the strange light patterns that might be showing up behind the eyes is being seen from? Is there a place which is aware of all of the sensations happening in the body, even if it feels like it's not distinctly your body? And make note of that spot. Now, wherever that point was that felt like you or the place where all of the information is being congregated and understood, hold that spot gently in your awareness. I want you to use your attention, but it's a very lightly gripped attention. In fact, when you are feeling this space in the body, this sensation in the body, I want you to feel the space around that sensation. So holding that point of tension or collapsed attention, that feeling of awareness that's in there, I want you to feel the air around it, that feeling of spaciousness which surrounds that sensation. Whether it still feels like it's within your body or just in a vast empty space, just notice that sensation. And you feel into that space that seems to be either around that sensation or around the boundary of the body or around the boundaryless area that you once took to be your body. We're still aware of whatever the sensation is that appears to be you, but we're also aware of all of the space that contains that sensation. If you feel any tension in the body that is coming with the suggestion that I'm giving, if there's any confusion, if there's any struggle, take a deep breath. And with the exhalation, let that tension and the struggle and the confusion go. What we're asking you to see is a very simple experience. It's nothing that needs to be grasped at or clung to or understood with the mind. Come to that open, spacious awareness feeling around the localized parts that feel like you. From this wide open perspective, does the part that once felt like you, that felt like the concentrated locus of what you took yourself to be, does that still feel like that concentrated you? Has it changed depending on where you're holding the rest of your awareness? If it still feels like you, still keeping in your awareness this open, boundaryless space around it, observe the feeling that is there, this feeling of contraction within the openness, and feel what seems to be identifiably you about this sensation. Does the sensation itself tell you anything? Is it the mere familiarity of this sensation which seems like is describing a you, or it is referring to something which you have taken to be you for a very long time? And notice if the sensation itself can actually contain that feeling of familiarity, or if there is another thought which is being enlisted to create this experience. So staying with this open, spacious awareness around the boundary of the body, around the sensations, I want you also to recognize what mental images and mental voices or other sounds are appearing also within this open, boundaryless space. Notice if these images and sounds are cooperating with these feelings of sensation in the body to create that sense of familiarity and localization of you, the witnesser and the knower. Again, hold this very lightly. We want to be as relaxed as possible while we are seeing these appearances in the mind and in the body space just arise and then pass by. Let go of any expectations for any outcomes. Simply feel if there's anything that feels like a localized, personalized you appearing anywhere inside of this empty, boundaryless spaciousness. And if something shows up, very gently, with the curiosity of a child, just witness it and see if it's really telling you what you think it is. Now, keeping this open, spacious feeling around the body, I want you very gradually to open your eyes. Try to hold on to this openness even as the light starts coming in and as images start clarifying and shapes and colors start to become recognizable objects. And keeping this open spaciousness, pick an object somewhere across the room for you and place your gaze gently on that object. A mistake that we sometimes make when we're doing sixth fetter exercises, especially the visual ones, is to really strain to try to see things in two dimensions or to collapse the feeling of distance and that to see things right up at zero distance in front of the face or inside the mind. But there can be so much focus and so much struggling in that effort that we actually subvert our own efforts of the exercise. So, what I'd like for you to do is to keep that gentle attention on one object and then bring the gaze to incorporate more of your peripheral vision. Widen it out, feeling how that peripheral widening of your visual field correlates with the physical expansion, that open spaciousness that you've been feeling. Notice how it's all one of a piece. This feeling of peripheral openness extends from the body to the visual field. And just keeping your eyes gently trained on that object, not expecting it to do anything, not wanting anything to happen, just being curious, keeping the peripheral vision also in focus. You're viewing the screen, the entire visual field in front of you, as one unified plane. And then, again, absolutely gently, absolutely lightly, notice if there is any point in your experience, in this open, boundaryless bubble, that feels like it is a point that is looking out at the scenery in front of you. What is it that is actually seeing this view in all of its wide panorama? Whatever comes up, hold that, hold that appearance within that open spaciousness and see if it is really the location of a seer. Is it just more sensation? Is it just another vague mental image of your face or your body? Something which is assumed to be taking in everything in. Stay relaxed. If you feel tension in the body, again, with the next exhalation, let it all out. Keep your vision evenly distributed across the peripheral field, as well as still gazing at the object in front of you. And as you relax that sense of a seer, just notice what happens to the visual field. So when you practice this way from now on, I'd like you to remember this exercise and remember that no matter what kind of inquiry we are doing, the most important thing to do is to come at it with a feeling of relaxation and gentle curiosity. We're neither forcing anything to happen nor expecting anything to happen. You can leave all of that aside and just witness what is appearing in front of you in your experience in that moment. Seeing life without the fetters that are filtering your experience leaves things exactly as they are. That's all we're trying to see. We're trying to see the world without all of the layers of filters that we normally approach it with. It's that simple. And sometimes all it takes to see through these fetters, to have the filters fall away, is to simply let go, relax the body and the mind, relax the judgments and the assumptions and the expectations, and just be with what is. See if you can hold this spaciousness and this feeling of panorama and peripheral openness as long as you can throughout the meeting today. And see if you can even carry it into your life later on. Just taking one more deep breath, let everything go, and come back to the present moment. Thank you.